Over 66 million years ago, a cataclysmic event swept away the great reptiles from the face of the Earth, giving rise to a new era. In the long shadow left by the vanished giants, smaller and more adaptable creatures began to emerge. Among them was a species destined to redefine survival. One that would one day listen to the heartbeat of the Earth itself. Today, on the open plains of southern Africa, their story continues. The air shimmers with heat. The horizon stretches endlessly. Dotted with acacia trees and the silhouettes of wandering antelope. In this vast grassland, power often belongs to those with strength. Lions, hyenas, leopards. But there exists another way to endure here, not through dominance, but through silence. Beneath the tall grass, in a small burrow barely larger than a wombat's den, a pair of enormous ears twitch at the faintest vibration. This is a Toxion megalotus, the bat-eared fox. Unlike its larger cousins, it does not rely on brute force or stealthy ambush. Its greatest weapon is its hearing. Each ear, nearly a third the length of its body, is a radar tuned to the subtlest sounds of life hidden beneath the soil. When the night air cools and the insects begin to stir, the fox rises. It moves lightly across the ground, listening. Every step is deliberate, every pause a calculation. It is not searching for large prey or for a chase worth boasting about. It is listening for whispers. The faint rustle of termites, the quick scratch of beetle larvae, the music of the unseen. In a world defined by hunters, the bat-eared fox stands apart. It is an insectivore, feeding primarily on termites and small invertebrates, a diet that few of its relatives would bother with. But in this environment, it is a strategy of genius. Termites are plentiful, nutritious, and require no chase. They are the quiet wealth of the savanna, and this fox has evolved to harvest them like no other. Its muzzle is long and narrow, built to probe the ground. Its jaw, light and flexible, allows for quick snapping motions, and its teeth, smaller and more numerous than any other canid, are perfect for crushing chitin, not tearing flesh. It lives not by outsmarting its rivals, but by mastering a niche that few can occupy. While lions hunt by sight and hyenas by smell, the bat-eared fox hunts by sound. Evolution rarely moves in a straight line. Sometimes it favors strength, sometimes speed, and sometimes, as in this case, sensitivity. The ancestors of the bat-eared fox once roamed as generalist hunters, not unlike modern jackals. But somewhere along the evolutionary road, a small lineage found itself drawn to the world beneath the surface, to a diet rich in insects, larvae, and small arthropods, abundant but demanding extraordinary hearing. Over generations, natural selection sculpted its anatomy. Enlarged ear chambers amplified low-frequency sounds. Highly mobile auricles allowed it to pinpoint the origin of a single termite's movement from meters away. Shorter forelimbs and a flexible spine gave it the ability to pounce with precision. The result is a creature that doesn't dominate the savanna. It listens to it. It survives not by competing, but by avoiding competition altogether. Unlike many solitary foxes, the bat-eared fox is deeply social. It lives in small family groups, usually a pair and their young, maintaining territories marked not by aggression, but by routine patrols and shared foraging grounds. Communication within the group is subtle: a soft trill, a tail flick, a brief touch. Their social bond is built not on hierarchy, but on coordination. A quiet choreography shaped by the rhythms of insect life. When one listens, the others wait. When one feeds, the others stay near. In this world, cooperation is not a choice. It is survival. Here, an unusual reversal occurs. In most canid species, the female carries the burden of care. But in Otokion megalotis, the male takes on much of the responsibility. He guards the den, grooms the pups, and brings food. He listens for danger as intently as he listens for termites. This division of labor allows the female to recover quickly and maintain strength, a crucial adaptation in an environment that demands efficiency above all. Through this behavior, the bat-eared fox demonstrates that intelligence in nature is not always about cunning or dominance. Sometimes it is about balance. To truly understand this species, one must look below the surface. The fox's survival is tied intimately to the world of termites, the engineers of the savanna. Each mound is a fortress of clay and saliva, rising like a monument from the grass. Inside, millions of workers regulate temperature and humidity, recycling dead vegetation and enriching the soil. Without them, the savanna would collapse into dust. And without them, the bat-eared fox would have no reason to exist. The relationship between predator and prey here is not one of destruction, but of balance. The termites sustain the fox. The fox, in turn, controls their numbers, keeping the ecosystem in harmony. It is a cycle of quiet dependence. One that speaks to the delicate intelligence of life on Earth. Every night, the plains come alive with a quiet rustling. Beneath the surface, countless insects dig, chew, and recycle what the day has left behind. The bat-eared fox walks slowly over this living carpet, its head tilted, its ears rotating independently like two satellites searching the darkness. It stops, listens. A tiny sound, almost imperceptible to anything else, reaches it from beneath the hard soil. The fox leaps. A quick dig, a snap of its jaw, and the sound ceases. This is not a hunt in the traditional sense. It is a harvesting, a patient collection of the land's smallest workers. In every mouthful, the fox takes not just nourishment, but part of the savanna's heartbeat. Insects form the foundation of this ecosystem. They are the silent engineers, the ones who break down, recycle, and rebuild. Without them, the soil would harden, the plants would weaken. And the great herds, the wildebeest, zebras, and antelope, would have nothing left to graze. The bat-eared fox is more than a consumer. It is a participant in this endless cycle. By keeping insect populations in balance, it prevents outbreaks that could strip the plains bare. In this way, its survival serves the whole, a small predator maintaining the health of giants. As dawn spreads across the savanna, the fox returns to its den. Its fur glows faintly in the morning light, dusted with fine grains of soil. Behind it, the ground bears the faint marks of its nightly foraging. Shallow digs, scattered termite wings, overturned clumps of dirt. These small disturbances may seem insignificant, but together they create change. By digging for termites, the fox aerates the soil. By moving across the same paths night after night, it disperses seeds carried on its fur and paws. Unknowingly, the bat-eared fox becomes a gardener of the plains, a creature that sows without intention. Rainwater seeps more easily into the loosened soil. Seeds find a place to settle. Within weeks, fresh shoots appear along its foraging routes, feeding insects and grazers alike. The actions of one species ripple through the system, touching others it will never meet. It is the kind of quiet influence that defines nature. Change not through force, but through presence. Every creature here is connected, though none are aware of it. The termite that feeds on dry grass enriches the soil. The soil feeds the plants. The plants feed the herds. And those herds, in turn, sustain the predators that roam above. Amidst all this, the bat-eared fox stands as an intermediary. Neither apex hunter nor prey, but a subtle link in the chain. Its world is one of cooperation more than conflict, of listening more than striking. Where other carnivores mark their territory with ferocity, this fox marks it with familiarity, returning to the same places, respecting invisible boundaries shared by others. Through patience and adaptation, it has found a way to live where few can. Its success is quiet, almost invisible, a triumph not of strength, but of understanding. When evening falls again, the plains shift once more. Termites rise from the ground in their brief flight of life, forming clouds of wings that catch the last light of the sun. This is its kingdom, not one ruled by dominance, but by awareness. Every night it listens, every dawn it gives back, reshaping the land in ways almost too subtle to see. This is the beauty of balance. The great herbivores create life for those beneath the ground. And from the ground, those tiny lives sustain the quiet hunters of the night. The bat-eared fox. Everything here is connected by threads unseen, held together not by tooth or claw, but by the silent intelligence of nature. The bat-eared fox, a Tochion megalotus stands as proof that evolution is not only about dominance, it is about refinement, about adaptation. It is the artist among hunters, a creature that does not rely on brute strength or pursuit, but on precision, on sensitivity to the quietest tremors of the earth. It shapes its world not with power, but with awareness. Through its delicate balance of listening and giving back, it nurtures an ecosystem far larger than itself. In a land where lions roar and hyenas laugh, this small fox moves through silence, unseen yet indispensable. And when the dawn comes again, the first light of day will find its tracks already fading. No trophies left behind, no scars carved into the land. Only the faint memory of a creature that survived the night by hearing what others could not. In a world where many roar to be heard, there are still those who listen, and in doing so, endure.